The recording has now started. This is an old paper from October, November 2021.
Thank you, Henrik. All right, so we're going to work on October, November 2021. And the question we're going to start with is question 1. Henrik, you want to read out to me the question, please, Henrik?
What is the value of x after the following code fragment has been executed?
And it's only worth 1 mark, right? So you've got 2 hours, 75 marks. So you should work out, you shouldn't be spending too much time on this. Now, if you are allowed to use code blocks, which I hope MEM allows us to do that, and it's online, the exam, then you can take this and put this into code blocks, right? So if you don't, you should know the answer. So Henrik, it says x is equal to 10 plus equals to x. What does that mean, Henrik?
So x is being added to itself.
Correct. So if x is 10, what would x be added to itself? Give me an answer, Henrik.
It would be 20, Mr. Governor.
I'm sorry, I missed that, Henrik.
20, Mr. Governor.
20, right, 20. Then it goes to x plus equal to x plus 5. So x was 20. And now what will be the value of x?
It'll be x, which is 20 plus x plus 5. So it'll be 45.
Correct, right? Well, I don't know. Let's just see if Henrik is correct, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into code blocks. And I'm going to copy that. Let's open up code blocks. All right, let's open up a new project, and console application, C++, HENRICH, Henrik, Q1, 1. Right, and on off Henrik. Right, so there we go. All right, Henrik. All right, let's see if Henrik is correct. Now we simply want to display this as well, right? We want to display what is. Right, let's build and run. And yes, Henrik, you are absolutely correct. Well done, right, Henrik? Now, this may or may not come out in the exam. I don't know, right? But in order for you to try and revise for 2024 paper, or revision, what you should do is you should change this value to, let's say, 25. And let's say instead of plus, it'll be a negative, and let's see what the answer would be, right? Without using the computer. Minus equals to. Once you work out the answer, Henrik and Moses and I think Rams out there, you compile it and you check whether you really got the same answer as what the computer got, right? So in this case, it is -5. And that's how you study for this paper, right? So there may be a minus equal to, and you change it to, make it your own so that you understand the concept of minus equal to plus equals to. And I'm sure you'd be able to answer a question like this in the exam. All right, so that'll help you with that one. So it's 1 mark. I don't want to spend too much of time on them. Let's go to the next one. So in the next question, Henrik, you want to read this for me, please?
Yes. Okay. How many times will the following for loop iterate?
Okay.
And it's worth 1.
1 mark as well, right? So Henrik, you shouldn't spend too much of time on it, right? So let's look at it. J is equal to 0.
So
yes, I have a question. Go ahead.
So you
sorry, I didn't get that. You want to type it in the chat quickly? And Henrik, you can read it out for me.
Okay.
I missed that question. Hello?
on 1.1, what does this positive sign or maybe that addition sign means?
All right, it means takes on 1.1, this plus sign, it means takes the previous value of x, whatever it was, and add it to itself, right? X plus equal to x. Thank you for that question. So what you could have, let's go back there. That's Is that Rams that asked that question? So you want to know what does a plus mean? So that actually means, and this was originally 10, that x is equal to x plus x. That's what it means. X is equal to x plus x. Right? It's just a shortcut method of writing out Rams. All right. You should get the same answer. You must, in fact. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so thank you for that question. That's the whole purpose of the Zoom session. We are an interactive session. You ask a question and I can answer it for you. So like Henrik, let's just quickly revise. Like Henrik mentioned, x is 10. It means x plus equals to 10 Rams. It's 10 plus 10, which is 20. Then he says 20 plus 20, which is 40 plus 5. Can you see what that plus equal to means, Rams? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, I'm okay, sir.
Right, so let's look at the second question, 1.2. How many times will the following for loop iterate? And Henrik pointed out is 1 mark. So out here it says for int I equals 5. That means we're starting off at 5. Normally we start counting from 0 and we go on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here we're starting at 5. Now the catch is that j takes on the value of the loop variable, right? So j plus equal to I. And that causes it for us, right? Where we're not incrementing 5, 6, 7, 8. There's something happening out here. J plus equals to I, right? And it actually doesn't run to 10 because it looks at, it says J is less than 10, not I is less than 10. That's the other catch that they had out there, all right? So normally we'll see that the loop will say for int I equals 5 and I less than 10, I plus plus. This time they are running the loop and they are terminating the loop when j is slightly more than 10. Okay, so anybody wants to guess how many times it'll run before we use code blocks to see what answer we get?
Please share your screen, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, please, if I forget to share my screen, tell me. Please, please, please. I'm so sorry. All right. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Great. Sorry, let's just repeat quickly. If I look at it, j is equal to 0. It says for int I is equal to 5. And instead of I less than 10, they've got j less than 10. And out here, they've got j plus equals to I. So whatever the value of I was, it took on that value and incremented by whatever it was, right? So it's 5. J is equal to 5. 0 plus 5, which is 5. It goes and prints I, it comes in here and goes, takes on the next value. It increments I by 1, which becomes 6. And then J takes on the value of 5 plus 6, which is 11. And hey, guess what? J is more than 10. 11 is less than 10. It comes out of the loop. So how many times did I count within the loop? Moses, Rams?
Mr. Governor?
Yeah.
It should only iterate once, I think.
Once. Okay, let's just try it again. That's a nice guess, right? So J is 0, right? It goes and looks at it, says, is 0 less than 10? True. So inside the loop, it goes and says J, which is 0 plus 5, it should run this, and then it goes up and says I becomes 2, right? So J, the value of J is still less than 10.
Oh, yes, I see, Mr. Governor. Okay.
Right, you see, check it out, right? And then on thereafter, when it adds it, now this is a catch, even though it is 1 mark, the examiner wants to find out whether you really understand the way the for loop works, right? And don't get caught up with that. But you don't have me all the time. You are going to use code blocks to run this program and you check it out. So you're going to copy this into code blocks and we're going to see whether Henrik was correct in saying that it runs only 1 time or whether it runs 2 times. All right, so let's go and delete that. Control V. So that's the wrong one I wanted. That's the wrong one I wanted. Did I go and make a mess of my program? Undo. Right, there we go. Let's copy that. Let's open up code blocks. Control V. There it is. Right, so I've copied that loop. Let me just compile this as is. Right, int j. They forgot to declare j. Let's compile it. Yes, no errors, right? So, Henrik, I'm going to run the program. And Henrik, you'll notice that it ran twice. Right, there's the loop. Right, there's the loop.
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Right, so it was initially 5, and it is 5 plus the previous value, which was 6, and it went on to run it. Right? Now, if you feel, Henrik, that listen, you need to go and practice a little bit on your own, you can always change these.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Of course, Moses. Please do. That's the whole purpose of this session. Talk to me, Moses.
I have a question for you. You see, Lucky, with me, I'm having two screens. The one I'm watching you from, and this other one I've opened code blocks. So I'm trying to execute what you are doing. So I've done question 1, and I also put 45 as my answer, as Henrik said. So now I want to run the second one. My problem is that when I eliminate that last one, I paste this other one. When I run it, it shows me the previous one.
Okay. All right, Moses, that generally happens if you have a few files open, right? And my advice sometimes is to just close the other files, right? So what you should do, Moses, is click on the file on the extreme left-hand side under the management view. You right-click it, and then you say close main, right? Sometimes the compiler goes a little faulty, right?
Oh, close main.
Yeah, close the previous one, and you just have one open so that you don't confuse the poor computer, right? Or just compile it again, right? That should help.
Or maybe I should open a new one.
Or you could open a new one if you want to, right?
Okay.
Okay, tell me if that helps, Moses. I can always try it out again, right?
Let me, thanks.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. Please feel free to ask me anytime. That's the whole purpose of us having a Zoom session where you are interactively, you're asking me a question. There's other people on the call as well, and we're sharing our knowledge, right? It's unlike when I answer a question, like this morning, one of the students called me, and it was just one-on-one, right? And we couldn't see what was going on the screen. Okay, so let's just build and run. Right, so Henrik, you can see it ran it twice, right, Henrik? Right, it ran it twice.
Yes, Mr. Governor.
So if I'm going to explain it to you, once upon a time, there's this program, and in line number 7, J was assigned the value 0. So J was basically initialized. In line number 8, we declaring now a for loop, and the for loop has a variable I. It's starting out from 5. The catch is that it's ending where J, it's not the loop variable, right? J is less than 10, and the loop is incrementing I++. In line number 10, J plus equals to I, which is the previous question. You know that whatever the value of J was 0. 0 plus the value of I, which is now 5. And that's how it displayed in line 11, 5, all right? 5. And the value of J, which was also 5, right? And so now what happens is I increments by 1. So I was 5, I now becomes 6. It'd be nice if you could draw your variable diagrams, with your line number, ij, and things. But for 1 mark, you're going to be spending too much of time on it. Right? So now, what was it, the value of? J is now 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. That's how you got the value of 11. When it comes here, Henrik, it says 8, in line number 8, is 11 less than 10? No, it's not less than 10. That's when it comes out of the loop, all right? Okay, so that's the catch as such. Now, Moses was going to be trying this out. Moses, you should go and try this out and say, listen, what if I make this 15, and what if I make this 20? What happens? Right? So you pretend as if you don't have the compiler next to you. You work it out on a piece of paper. You try the program out, and then you run the compiler and you say, what's the value of it, right? So let's just run this program, and it's going to run twice as well, right? Because guess what? All I did was I added 10 to that, right? All I did was add 10 to that, right? So it should run twice. Okay. All right, Hendrik, Moses, Rams.
Yes, Mr. Governor,
Cool
thank you.
that? Right.
Yes, that's good, Mr. Governor. Okay, thanks. It worked. I'm also seeing that on my code blocks.
Excellent, 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 excellent. I'm so happy that I'm able to help you while you're online. And I'm glad that you're doing it with me. By the way, that's why I inform you beforehand what paper I'm doing. 2021, 2022, 2023, right? You should have worked out all these questions and come up with me and say, listen, I have a problem with this or that. And that's how I post in the WhatsApp group as well. So it's not fresh you come to it, right? Okay, so let's go to the next question. Hendrik, are you ready?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Go ahead.
Consider the following C++ program. What is the output? And it's also for 1 mark.
Right, 1 mark. Now, if it's 1 mark, I shouldn't be going and trying it on the computer, on the code blocks compiler and all of it, right? But if I look at it, I'm going to state once upon a time, there was a program in question 1.3, and there's a void function, set num, int num equals 6. But there's no parameters out here. There's nothing I'm passing across. And it tells me that it's a void program and says, set num, see out num. Basically, nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening, right? But set num sets it to 0. But let's prove that to you. Let's prove that to you. And I'm going to copy that. Copy it. Open up my code blocks. Let's open up code blocks. Control A, delete that. Control V. Moses, this is another way of sorting things out where I tend to use my previous program. I delete the code and I paste new code in there, right?
Okay, sir.
All right, so let's just compile that. It's giving me an error. What's the error message? Error num was not declared in this. Oops, right. When I copied it, using namespace should come in the next line. Okay, so let's compile it. Yay. By the way, see, you can use line 2. You can, and line, well, save a line, right? But it's nice to put it out there. Okay, let's put return at the bottom. Compile it. Yes. Let's take a calculated guess. Henrik, Moses, I can't see the other people out here. Anybody wants to, what should be the answer? What, it's a 1 mark?
I think
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be,
an output.
Let's go with Moses first. Moses?
I think it will be 0. And I'm sorry for disturbing Henrik.
No. We don't have the hand signs up and down, so it's okay. We can talk. Henrik, go ahead. You take a guess. What do you think?
I think it ought to be 6, Mr. Governor.
Okay. Why do you say 6, Henrik? And Moses, why do you say 0? First, Henrik. Go ahead, Henrik. Why do you say 6?
I see int num is set to 0 there. Then in the void function, num is set to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then I see set num is called over here.
In line number 10.
And
Read the references
yes.
line number, right?
Okay, in line number 10, and in line number 11, it then displays num.
Okay. All right. So Moses, you talk to me, Moses. Why do you say 0?
The reason I'm saying 0 is because of if you can look at line number 3, it says in num 0, then the void set num. Then I just went straight to the line number 11, which says see out num, and I took it that it will just see out 0.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So Hendrik, see, if you notice, there's nothing being passed across out here as well. That's another clue, Hendrik. Right? I'm not passing a parameter. Remember we did those reference parameters and value parameters a couple of months ago, which spoke about that, right? But let's just compile it, and let's see who's right over here, right? Okay, let's build and run and check it out. Check it out, Hendrik. Right? So Moses, you are right. Okay, Hendrik, you learned something about set num. Okay?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Okay. right? No problem. If you're still confused about set num, you can always go to Chat GPT or Chat. Well, right now you're using Chat TPG. Get the joke? TPG, my initials.
Mr.
Okay,
Governor.
okay, right. So you can just ask ChatGPT, what is the set num story? Or go to my friend Google, right? What is set num? Is Google around here? There's Google. Set num in C++, right? Let's go and read up about it. Set num is used to set the value of num. Get num is used to return the value of num. Right? What does set num? Ah, there we go. What is set? Right? You can read up all of that. What is set num? Set num. And we can always ask ChatGPT, what is set num in C++? Okay, Hendrik. Right. Let's see what Chat
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Set,
I'll just have a
there we
look through
go.
that
C++
bit later.
set num typically refers to, sorry, Hendrik, what were you saying?
Sorry, Mr. Governor. I was just saying I'll just look through it carefully a bit later and check
Okay,
it.
sure, right? So there's this set num, it assigns a value and it goes on and tells me, and it says da 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 da, right? Okay. So in that case, it was 42. The program said set num is 42, but in our instance, it was, I shouldn't be using the word instance, it's a 0, right? There was nothing being passed across as well. That should give you a clue. It's also worth 1 mark, so we spend too much of time thinking about it. Right, Henrik, you on. Question 1.4.
Okay, consider the following code segment. What is the output? And also for 1.
Also for 1 mark, right? So we can use code blocks as well, but let's go with int a equals 5, right? So talk to me, Hendrik, as if you are answering this question for 1 mark.
All right. A is set to 5, and then A is incremented by 1. And then that value of A is displayed, so it should be 6.
All right, let's see if it's correct. Moses, you want to talk to me, Moses?
Yeah, on this one, I'm with Hendrik. I think the output will be 6.
Okay, I don't think we should run it, but for fun's sake, let's go, right? Because we are learning for the exam, and we want to make our own questions, right? So I'm teaching exam technique here, right? Study for the exam. So let's go and open up a new project, file new project. And in honor of Moses, we're going to label it Moses Q13, I think it is, right? Q_3. Okay, so there we go. And let's put that down, Control V, there it is. Let's make it look pretty. We don't need that. Oops, it tells me my internet connection is unstable. Right, let's see if he's correct. 1 mark again, 1 mark again. Yay, Hendrik and Moses, you're correct. Well done, right? Now, because you are studying, I'm going to change that to A minus minus. Let's see if what do you think the answer is going to be, right? Compile the program. Hendrik, Moses. Oh, let's give somebody else a chance. Let's give someone else a chance. Let's stop the share. What does minus minus? Yes. Who spoke?
I think it will be 4.
That was Rams, right? Rams says it's 4. I don't know, Rams. I'm just the tutor. Neskota, what do you think? Neskota? Swift, Simon, talk to us. Anybody? Somebody? Nobody? Okay, we're going to leave it with what Rams has said, right? So let's just share the screen. And I don't know the answer. Like I said, I'm just out here. Let's run the program. Let's see if Rams is correct. Okay, here's the program. Rams, you're correct. Yay. Come on, give him a clap. Right? So not only did you learn plus plus, you learned minus minus as well. All right. So go to your study guide and then look for other, I call this the shortcut notations, right? The shortcut notations of A minus minus plus equals, all of those things, right? Because they're testing on whether you can identify this short notation. All right, so there goes this question 1.5. Question 1.5, Hendrik.
Hold on. An array very
We're losing you, Hendrik. Okay, we lost Hendrik, I think. An array variable ARR is declared and initialized as follows. What is the value stored in the array position ARR 2 subscript 1? Right. So I'm going to come back to this one because arrays is towards the end of the study guide. And we will... I don't know how much you are studying for the revision, right? But the next one, you can answer that question. Right? The next one talks about the length of the string. Let me look at my time, 12:31. I want to now go half-an-hour sessions, more half-an-hour sessions for you, right? Okay, so in 1.5, it's arrays. 1.6, the testing you on strings. Moses, yes, Moses.
According to me, I think 1.5, the answer is gonna be 7. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. You are the one answering the question. Moses, Hendrik, Nurse Quota, Rams, talk to us. So we want, so there it is. So I want to make you independent, Moses. You must try it out on code blocks, right? So there it is. There's code blocks here. And so that's where it's declared. Right, let's run the program. Oh, it's not doing anything really, right? It's not doing anything. So what do they want? They want to declare, they want us to find out what is in array 2 subscript 1, right? So Moses said it is 7. Let's see if that is true, right? Let's see if that is true. So I'm going to say cout, right? So I want to see cout. I want to see what that is. Is that what you're telling me, Moses? You're telling me it's 7.
Yes.
All right, let's see if it'll take that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Moses! Moses?
Yes, I give myself.
Well done, well done, well done. Now, for the benefit of other people, and for the benefit of the people that's going to be watching the recording, it'll be a good idea if you go and change these things. Right, so now I'm going to say, what is in Moses? Let's see if you can guess this one, right? What's in this array location? Moses?
In this array location, there's no number after 5, sir. So there was supposed to be something after 5.
Well, they're supposed to be. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what it does if there's no number. Let's run the program. Oops, there we go, Henry. Can you see, Moses, can you see? It prints the same thing again. Right?
Yes, that's what I was
yeah, there we go, right?
Yeah.
Right, so I ran it for the second time. And Moses, check it out, Moses. It gave me an answer of 9.
9.
Yeah, right, there's it here. There's 9, right? Now I'm going to try something else. I'm change this to 10, right? And this is where you're going to say, this is where I'm going to compile the program. And I'm going to run the program. I'm going to show you what it should give me. It should give me garbage. There we go. There we go. Can you see that? Because we are accessing a memory location that it hasn't been defined. Okay, that's another one that over the years, they try to catch you out, right? They trick you into looking for a value in the array when it should not exist, right? I know examiners are kind of weird, huh? They want to trick you and catch you out. All right, Hendrik, I'm not sure if you're still back. Are you back with us? Or
Can you hear me, Mr. Governor?
yes, loud and clear, loud and clear. Go for it, Hendrik.
Okay, good.
1.6.
All right. 1.6. Size is an accessor number function for class string used to find the length of a string. Complete the cout statement below to display the length of the string name used in the code segment, also worth 1 mark.
Right. Now, if you look at past year question papers like the way I do, by the way, the past is a good predictor of future behavior. That also works in life as well, right? So I'll go through life lessons at no extra charge. Let's look at what happens at the bottom of this. If I look at the bottom of this paper, they've got some useful library functions: int size, string, substring, int find, int insert, erase, replace. So they didn't put it there for nothing. They put it out there to ensure that you go through these library functions, right? It'll appear in other papers as well. So strings are definitely coming out. I can guarantee you that. I'm recording it. Hendrik, Moses, Nesquata, Rams, all of the others. If it doesn't appear in the paper, I will refund you your complete registration fee. And I'm not rich, so I'm not going to go on wanting to gamble on something that I'm not going to win. Right? So there's the question out here. It says, right, size and assessor, and time is going. So there's the program. I wrote that program. It's there. Right. So there it is. Right. I've written it. I've written a long program, but there is another way of doing it. Right. And I want you to try it. Right. So go over the strings, and not only that, look at the other functions in strings. Right. That they have, the other library functions that they have. So take each one and work it out. Right. Take each one and work it out. Where is it? Not try lose it. Right, all it's like an addition to it, right? All of them strings. Question 6. Right. So let's go to the next. I want to take another one from here. I'll take all the easy questions, right? For now, easy questions. Define a variable for 1 mark. Differentiate between global variable and a local variable. Declare C++ to store a floating point number. What is a function in C++? Name 2 built-in functions in C++, 1 mark. Differentiate between actual parameters and formal parameters, 2 marks. I feel this is marks for jam, easy as pie marks, right? You should try and answer these questions without going through the text. Or alternatively, you can use your friend Google or ChatGPT, right? I just tried it out. I said, ChatGPT, differentiate between a global variable and a local variable, or define a variable. And not only that, ChatGPT wrote out a program for me. So copy that. Let's open up ChatGPT here. I'm talking strategy, by the way, right? I'm talking strategy, right? So sometimes it's nice to say act as a C++ programmer and answer the following question. Write a simple C++ program. Right? So the question is define a variable. Right? And let's just be nice to it. And let's use our please and thank yous as well. Act as a C++, and please answer the following question. Right? Let's see what's ChatGPT does. As a C++ program, here's how you would define a variable and a simple program. A variable is a stored location in memory that holds a value, which can be modified during execution of the program, right? When I was a school teacher, I used to talk about a variable as being a container, right? You put something in it. You can put integers in there. You can put float values, double value, and so forth. And ChatGPT even gave me a simple program. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Right? It gave me a simple program. Let's look at another question. And again, I'm giving you a strategy of how you become independent programmers, how you become independent students. The question is differentiate between a global variable and a local variable. Again, you can use ChatGPT and you can say, listen, ChatGPT, what's a local variable, what's a global variable? But because it's 1 mark, don't want to write long stories now, right? A global variable is used throughout the entire program. Think of it like that. I can use it inside a function. I can use it outside of the function. But a local variable is only assigned to the function that it's working with, right? It can't be used outside of it. It's not defined. All right. In fact, we as programmers tend to use more local variables than global variables. It's a good idea to do that. And try and answer all of these. Now, look at it. You can get 13 marks there. You've got a few marks out here. And 75 marks. Oh, yeah, we're working towards 75. Let's take another program. Let's look at. I'm not sure if you're going to have any issues with it. This question: you convert the following switch to an if statement. ChatGPT can answer that for you. They spoke about right. These long questions. Question 6. Can you see that it's worth 4 marks and 6 marks and 1 mark, then 1 mark, and it goes on and on and on and on. 6.3. Now, when I start answering these questions, you'll note that if you are unable to answer question 6.1, the subsection, it's going to be difficult for you to answer 6.2.1 or 6.2.2 or 6.2.3. And the reason is 6.2, there are sub-questions. So this is where the, whether you're going to get your distinction or not, distinction, pass or fail happens, right? So it's, we need to ensure that we get all our foundational lessons and knowledge through so that we can answer these long questions. Question 6, that's what happened in 2021. In 2022, 2023, and 2020, well, we're going to look at 2024. I'm not sure how and when how they're going to structure the long programming type questions. Right? So, there, question 5 as well. It's worth 5 marks, but they don't ask for the entire program. It's just snippets of code.
So, sir, what is the
Go for it.
What is the strategy to answer question 6.1?
All right. Question 6.1, it says write a C+ that reads in 10 inches into an array and displays the sum of the average of the numbers of the problem. Right. Now, what I mean is if you cannot answer question 6.1, you're not going to be able to answer 6.2, 6.3, because these depend on each other kind of. Right, that's the whole way of writing it. As a programming examiner, you'd want to do it, right? But if for some odd reason you can't answer 6.1, you should jump to 6.2 as if you answered 6.1 correctly, all right? But when I get to this, when I get to answering a question like this, see, we are August, we got September, and we got October to go through. That's when I'm going to take the long questions to answer and strategize that. Okay, Rams? For now, I just want you to answer short questions, short type questions. Get your confidence level built high and say, hey, I can work out these things before we jump into the more difficult, long worded questions. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
But it'll also keep me, as a forthcoming attraction that you're going to come to the next. If I show you everything today, then you're not going to come to my next 2 or 3 Zoom sessions. Huh, Rams?
Yes, I will come, sir.
You'll come. Oh, I'm glad. Right? So while we're looking at that, we can always also look at another paper. Let's look at June 2022, right? Let's see the way they structured June 2022 paper. In June 2022, there's some short questions as well. This time it is worth 2 marks, right? What is the output of the following code? What is the value of X? Hey, this looks similar. 2 marks. What is the value of X after the following statement is executed? What is the output of the following code? What is the value of X after the following? Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 19 percentage sign 5. 19 percentage sign. Moses, what does that percentage sign mean? Hendrik?
It's a sort of a divide, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, it's sort of a divide. Sort of a divide. A little bit more than that.
If memory serves me correctly, It involves carry bits as well.
Yeah, something as a remainder. Okay, so just go for that. That percentage sign, 19 percentage sign 5. It means modulus, right? What is the remainder after 19 is divided by 5? Okay, and I can see that they got two close answers over here, 4.04. So 19 divided by 5 is 3 remainder.
8.
Hey, Rams. 19 divided by 5.
3 remainder.
Remainder.
4.
All right, remainder 4.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now in this case, Rams, is it 4.0 or is it 4?
It's 4.
I don't know. I need to go and check it on my
It's 4.
computer, right? So I'm lucky I've got a compile, I've got code blocks. And let's see if Rams is correct, right? So let's see if Rams is correct. Right. So now I'm going to say C out X, right? So Rams, you say 4.0 Rams? We lost Rams there. Okay, let's compile this program. Right, compile it. Oopsie, it's still in the previous one. Moses, check what happens here, Moses. Let's build and run. And Rams, you are absolutely correct. It is 4. Okay. Rams, I'm going to change this to, I'm going to say now, I'm going to call this one float. I'm going to give you a, what should be the answer now, Rams?
3.
3. Why do you say 3? Rams? I just changed the way I declare the variable. Before it was int, now I'm changing it to float. Rams?
It's 4, sir.
It's 4.
It's
Okay.
4,
Okay.
sir.
Right. So
Please.
what I want you to do is, you've got the compiler out there. You got the compiler. Go ahead, try it out, check what it does, see what it does, compile it, build and run, right? And you see what the answer comes up to, right? That percentage sign came out in quite a few papers, right? So again, you can ask, given the following code and the input of 3, what output is generated? So let's look at this one for 2 marks. Enter the cost of the item, and the input value is 3.0. If 3.0 is greater than 3.0, 3.0 is not greater than 3.0. 3.0 is equal to 3.0, right? It's going to jump that. It's going to come here, and it's going to answer this question. Total plus total times tax. The value of, what was the input? It says the cost of the item is 3.0. So it is total is 3.0 times 0.1 added to 3.0, right? So taking a calculated guess without even looking at it, I'm looking at it, say, hey, it should be about 3.3. I don't know, but you've got code blocks out here. So let's go and run the program, copy it, open up code blocks. There it is. I'm going to run the program. Let's see what I get. And build and run. And they're telling me 3.0. The answer is 3.3. Yay! Just like we guessed before. Okay? Cool. But if you want to get to understand what's going on in the program, run the program again without using the computer, code blocks, and enter in another value. Enter in 2.0, right? If I get 2.0, what's going to be the answer? Let's look at it. Total is 2.0. 2.0 is less than 3.0. So it's not going to do anything inside, right? It's not going to, because there's no programming statements or code in there in lines number 11 and 12, right? And it's still going to give me a text of it's going to run it, and what should be the answer, right? So there it is. You run it, and it says, hey, what did it give me an answer, right? That's how you study and you prepare for the examination. This method worked with my students, and they've passed. I haven't got anyone that told me, listen, sir, I've used your way of studying for C++. I went over past your question papers. I went over all your lessons. I went over the tutorials and what have you. And I failed the exam. No one ever has come back to me. And I've been teaching for a long, long time. Right? Okay. Cool. Henrik?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
All right. Right. You get the strategy. I'm trying to teach you strategy of answering a question paper. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think that makes quite well, Mr. Governor. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I just touched on this other paper, and I'm showing you. Like I said, I don't know what the paper is, how it's going to be, but hopefully you'll be able to pass.
Sir, sorry, man, sir. Can you please scroll up? There is this question of, question number 8. Number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Right. X has a value of 3, Y has a value of -2, and W is 10. Is the following condition true or false? So in the exam, what you're going to do is above 3, you're going to write down, sorry, X, you're going to write down 3 over there, right? Then you're going to say, is 3 less than 2? True or false? Is 3 less than 2?
False.
False. So it's either 2 or question 3, right? W is 10. Is 10 less than -2?
False.
Right. So there's a false, false. This is the and symbol. False and false is?
Okay. All right. I see now. Okay.
You see now. I'm happy
All
to
right.
see now. But in the exam,
All
remember, you
right.
don't have me to go and say, put the 3 there, 2 there, and all those things, right? You should be working on your own. All right.
Yeah, it was confusing me, but now I'm sorted, sir.
Good. I'm happy to hear that, right? Okay, 10-1. Any more questions?
So, sir, where can I access this question papers, previous question papers?
It's I posted it. I should have. I posted it in the additional. Where's additional resources? Oopsie. Let me go and change edit mode. It's under additional resources in our group, right? I've posted it. Search. You're not logged in. Log in. This is weird. Normally it takes me straight to my UNISA. It's under additional resources, right? Log into my modules. Oops. Okay, or just send me an email. Let me just post this to the WhatsApp group. Is that okay?
That will be much appreciated.
Okay, let's do that now. Let's do that. Desktop. You want 2020, 2022. You want 2021. If you go with the last couple of years, it'll be okay, right? I've got more papers under additional resources out there, right? Let's say open.
Do they contain solutions?
I do have them, but I like you to work it out yourself first, right? If you don't mind, before I give you the solutions, right? For the simple reason that what happens is students tend to just look at the solutions without going and answering the questions. Right? I've got quite a few papers. It's under the additional resources. I posted that. For some odd reason, my Uni Society is not working for me.
Same here, sir.
Oh, Moses, you too. Look at that. It must be down, and my luck while I'm having a Zoom session with you. Thank you, Moses. But for now, this should keep you busy, Rams. You got 2 papers there, right? Okay. And Rams, if you get 2024 paper, just let me know as well. Okay. Joke. You'll only get it after the exam. But give it to me. That's how I collect all these papers. All my previous students give me papers, right? Okay, can we call it a day, everybody? Can we call it a day? Can we call it a day? Can we call it a Saturday?
I think so.
Yeah, right. Let's take our photograph. Class photo. Get ready for a class photo. This is also evidence that we had a session, you know? So, class photo. Somewhere I learned on Skype how you take a screenshot. Let me quickly ask my friend Google. How do I take a screenshot on Zoom? Zoom. Zoom. Screenshot on Zoom. There's a shortcut key. How do I do a screenshot on Zoom? Oh man, quickly, how do I do it? It's a keyboard shortcut. Keyboard shortcut. Zoom, it's Alt-Shift-T. Alt-Shift-T. Oh, that's cool. Alt-Shift-T. Did you take a photo? Where did you take the photo? Oh, is that how you take the photo? Okay. And capture. Now, where does it post the photo? Oh, okay. Class, you want to put your cameras on, then you take a photo, quick photo. Simon, Swift, Nurse, Rams, Moses. Nobody. Oh man.